What's up, everyone? All right, well, after 6 consecutive green days, it's time for a red day recap. Down $2,500 today. Red on 3 out of the 4 stocks I traded. This was just a day where momentum was very difficult. We saw a few stocks popping up, but not holding those levels. And so if you got in, on the 1-minute pullbacks, a lot of false breakouts. And at a certain point, traders collectively start getting a little nervous. Traders who traded alongside, like myself, we keep seeing one false breakout, and then a second, and then a third. And then the next stock you see pop up, you're even more cautious about it. And, that just leads to less volume on the breakouts and more people just sitting on the sidelines until things just really peter out, and that ends up being the day. So, finished the day down $2,500. Yes, I'm giving back yesterday's gains. I was up 1,800, so 700 or so, still in the red, but on the week. But at the same time, $700 is no big deal. Last week was awesome with that $14,000 green day on Friday. It's still sitting up now about $33,500 on the month, which means I'm only about $6,500 away from the $40,000 monthly goal. I've got a really good shot at hitting my monthly goal here in February, or here in April. What's wrong with me? And that's good. March was obviously a red month, and so being able to just get back in the saddle and have a green month, and not just a green month, but a green month where I hit my monthly goal, that's fantastic. I can't complain about that at all. So really, I just have to stay focused over the next 10 days that we have in the month, and not let those big losses get away from me. Just got to keep things tight, stay focused, and I'll finish the month strong. All right, so that's it. Enjoy the recap as usual. Any questions, any comments, leave them below. I'll come through and answer them this afternoon. I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. All right, well, it didn't take more than, 15 minutes today to hit my max loss. Today just wasn't my day. And some days are like that. Gonna be a red day recap, down $2,500. I do have a small profit in my main account of $28, but that doesn't really cut it. So whatever, just down $2,500 on the day, keeping losses small. The big one that got me was RNN. Such a bummer. This was right off the watch list this morning. Where things went wrong on this one was I used my hotkey to get in while I was in a second trade. Taking 2 trades at once for me is almost always a recipe for disaster. The problem is I'm splitting my focus. I've got 50% attention on each stock, and I never do as well when that happens. So right out of the gates, RWLK, I jumped into this one for a break of the pre-market pivot right here, which was at 420, and I got a great fill, boom, right in there at 420. I jumped in this thing at 420 right here, 9,000 shares. I tried to sell some at 449. 2 seconds later, this thing ripped up to the $0.50, but it didn't get filled. It started to come down, and I was like, well, I've seen enough of these hit 50 and then go all the way to red, so I better start, locking it up. I add back at 47, and then this one just really struggled around that $0.50. I stopped out at 36.37, and then so I'm on this window here with RWLK, and then I just switch over to this one and press Shift 1 as this was RNN. As I saw RNN squeezing up, I wanted to get in it at $8.90. It dipped down here to $8.55, and as it surged back up, I tried to get in, and I pressed Shift 1, and I got filled at the top at $9.16. So now I'm in it at $9.16 with 3,000 shares, and I stopped out at $8.50. I lost 60 cents per share. It just, which was a fine stop. That was the right place to bail. Well, maybe I should have sold a little sooner, but in any case, that was definitely the correct spot from a technical perspective to cut the loss. But that one, just like that, got me really badly. And so, that's kind of the challenge of trying to trade 2 stocks at once. Your focus is split. As a result, I didn't do as well as I could have on RWLK. I even ended up giving back my profits on it, most of my profits anyways. The final trade that I gave back those profits on was right here, getting back in at 55 for the breakover high a day, and then boom, it drops all the way back down. So I was up about 1,400 on RWLK, and then gave back 1,000 on this drop right here. And you know, just not easy. And then ASUR came up, hit the scanners. I jumped into that on this little pullback. This was a 1 minute micro pullback, following the rules of waiting for the pullback, but it ended up being a false breakout. It hit a high of 57 and then dropped down to 89. And so that one got me for 700. RBZ, a small $119 loss, you know, not a lot to speak of there. I jumped in at 70 on a little 1 minute micro pullback as well. It hit a high of 85. I wanted to add over 90, thinking if it broke 90, we would test $6. But it didn't. And so, you know, quick loss there. And that was basically it. I was just like, boom, 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 you know, red, 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 red. It's not happening today. So, you know, the good thing, I suppose, is always keeping losses small. I'm not super happy that I gave back all of yesterday's gains. I was up 1,800 yesterday and gave all of that back. So now I'm down 600 on the week. You know, but at the same time, last week was such a great week with that $14,000 green day on Friday that, you know, I'm not going to sweat it. Like this is just kind of one step forward yesterday. $1,800 is a small green day. One step back today, $2,500 is a relatively small red day. So right now I'm just kind of grinding, waiting for that next opportunity for a nice solid green day of, you know, 3, 4, 5,000 or higher. You know, one of the things right now that's really important to me is that I keep the red days as manageable as possible. It's impossible to avoid them. That's just part of trading. There's no such thing as a trader who doesn't have red days. So, you know, that would be crazy to try to avoid them. Is to try to manage them. Know that they will happen. And when they start happening, the day that you start going into the red and it's like, oh, this is not looking good, that you quickly pull back and mitigate, you know, the damage. I was up for a moment over $1,000 today on RWLK and 1,000 on the day. And then I took this loss and that put me down about 1,000 on the day. So then I tried to, you know, dig my way out and I never got back to green. So that was the one that got me. It's the biggest loss of the day, RNN. In hindsight, the mistake, well, it was just the risk of using a hotkey, because if I had actually gotten my entry of 890 or 895, you know, I probably would have been break even on the trade. Maybe I would have lost 300 or 400, but I wouldn't have had that type of loss. So, you know, that's just the way it goes. A little bit of a setback, but I'll live to trade another day, which is what's important. You know, never let the losses get out of control. That's what I always am, you know, trying to remind myself. And you just have to say, look, some days the market is hot and you can be really aggressive, and other days it's just not. And today, if I kept trading with big size, I was taking 9,000 shares, I would just be losing money. I mean, you know, I wouldn't make money. I would just be losing. So our FTFT, I did take a scalp of this, going through $2. That was in my whatever, my main account, but only up 28 in my main account. So that's fine. And you can see here, my orders are set to only closing. So even if I wanted to buy this stock here, if I press the button here on this, it's gonna give me the rejection. Was it? Yeah, right there. Can't place any long order. So, yep, no good. So no more trades. And that's good. You know, keeping the losses small. So that's about it for me today. Be back at it tomorrow. Hope we have a green day and can just kind of bounce right off this red day and be back into the green. It's a short week though. We've got tomorrow and then Thursday. Markets are closed on Friday. So a little bit of a 4-day weekend or 3-day weekend, which is nice, but really, I mean, I'd just rather be trading on Friday. So that's a bummer, but I'll try to make the most of this short week. So today and yesterday basically cancel each other out. Well, I'm down 500, or no, let's see, I'm down 700 between the 2 days. So whatever. Got a little room to get myself, got some work ahead of me to get myself back to green on the week, but it doesn't really matter. I'm still in great shape on the month, and I feel good about that. The goal is, of course, $40,000 a month, and I'm sitting right now at 33,500. So that's good. I'm $6,500 away from the monthly goal, and we still have, let's see, how many days do we have left in the month? We have 9 days left in the month. So given I'm averaging this year $2,000 per day, and that's over the course of about 71 days of trading, another 9 days will give me almost $18,000. So, hey, that would give me a $50,000 month, which would be cool. But whatever, we'll just see what happens, and just try to keep, slow and steady. And yeah, RWLK, super frustrating. I just didn't expect it to be so difficult in this area, but sometimes it's like that. So keeping the losses small, live to trade another day. Be back at it first thing tomorrow morning, 9:15 pre-market analysis, and hopefully we have a couple good stocks on the scanners and we can find some good opportunities. All right, see you guys in the morning. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.